This is the review sheet for the math test on Tuesday for Chapter 6, Systems and Equations for Algebra. The first part is multiple choice. So question number 1, you're using the graph to the right. You're going to find these two equations. So this is one of them, and 3x minus y equals 2 is this one. And you'll notice they're parallel to each other, which means there will be no solution, which is inconsistent. The order pair negative 1, 1 is the solution of which system of equations? You find negative 1, 1 in the graph. Right here it is. There are two equations that intersect. This one right here, which is either y equals x plus 2, which is not one of the choices, or 3x minus 3y equals negative 6, which is one of the choices. And to double check, the other equation, x plus y equals 0, so that's letter C also. Number 3, when solving the system of equations, which expression can be substituted for y in the second equation? So you're solving the first equation for y. So if you subtract 3x on both sides, you get y equals negative 3x plus 14. And I can reverse these two to make it 14 minus 3x. So that's choice B. If y is 3, what is the value of x? So we have 4x plus 7 times 3 equals 5. 4x plus 21 is 5. Subtract 21. 4x is negative 16. Divide by 4, x is negative 4, which is choice C. Number 5, use elimination to solve for x. So I'm just going to put 3x plus 5y equals 16 down here. I'm going to add these together. That'll cancel the y's. 11x equals 44. X equals 4, which is also choice C. Number 6 in the back. The substitution method can be used to solve for which system of equations? Substitution is good when you have a variable already by itself. So the only one that is C, where x is by itself. I wouldn't use substitution for any of the others, because I'd have to do some work first. To eliminate the variable x in the system of equations, multiply the first equation by which number? So I'm going to try and figure out what I can multiply this by to get an opposite variable. If I multiply by choice A, positive 2, that gives me 8x plus 14y plus negative 28. That won't eliminate them. If I multiply it by 4, I don't even get a number the same. If I multiply it by half, I get 2x plus 3.5y equals negative 7. If I multiply it by negative 2, that gives me negative 8x, which now they're the opposites. Number 8, your teacher is giving a test that has 12 more 3-point questions than 5-point questions. The test is worth 100 points. Which system of equations represents this information? So either x is 5-point questions and y is 3-point. So if that's true, then 5x plus 3y equals 100 would be the worth of the total test. So then my first equation would be 12 more 3-point questions than 5-point questions. So y equals x plus 5, x plus 12, sorry, because there's 12 more questions than it. So I could subtract x on both sides, and I would get y minus x equals 12. So this would be my two equations if x is 5-point questions and y is 3-point questions. So I'm looking at these two right here, and neither of them, 5x plus 3y is true, but it doesn't say y minus x equals 12 or negative x plus y. So those are out. If y is 5-point questions and x is 3-point questions, I would have 5y plus 3x equals 100. my other equation would be x equals y plus 12. I can subtract y on both sides and get x minus y equals 12. So I want to see which of them has this equation. And you'll notice that B does have that solution. Number 9, while I was doing the review sheet, I noticed that neither of these equations right here are graphed appropriately. So what I'm going to do is just look at the lines of them. So like this is a solid line and it's a negative slope. So all of the choices have that except where it's shaded is different. So we're going to pretend that this line is the negative 3x. And it's equal to it, so it's solid, and it's shaded above it, so y is greater than negative 3x. So this is out because this says less than. And the other line is dotted, so it must be the negative 1/2 x minus 2, and it's below it, so y is less than it, which means it'd have to be choice A by elimination, even though they're not in the right place. Number 10, which ordered pair is not in the solution set of y is greater than x plus 2 and 2y is less than or equal to negative 4x minus 2? We can solve this, and you can graph in your calculator. Just keep in mind the dotted and solid lines, and then see which of these is not where they overlap. Or I can just take the x values and y values and plug it into each equation. So 0 is greater than 3 plus 2. 0 is greater than, negative 3 plus 2, sorry. 0 is greater than negative 1, which is true. And I'm going to plug it into the second equation. 2 times 0 is, less than or equal to negative 4 times negative 3 minus 2. So 0 is less than or equal to 12 minus 2. 0 is less than or equal to 10. That is true. So this equation is part of the solution. So I look at the next one, letter B, negative 5, 9. 9 is greater than negative 5 plus 2. I plug it into the first this is equation 1 and 2. Inequality, sorry. 9 is greater than negative 3. That's true. 2 times 9 is 18. Less than or equal to negative 4. That's 20 minus 2. 18 is less than or equal to 18. That's true. So this is part of the solution. Letter C. We have 5 is greater than negative 1 plus 2. 5 is greater than 1. True. And then we have 2 times 5, that's 10. Less than or equal to 4 minus 2. 10 is less than or equal to 2. Not true. So letter C is the one that is not true. Number 11, graph a system of equations. Determine whether this system has no solution, one solution, or infinite. If it has one solution, name it. So I'm going to graph this one in red. Crosses at positive 3. Down 1 over 1. It's going to look like this the whole way. And it's equal to it. So I'm going to cheat and use one of these lines here to be exact. And I'm going to make this red. And we're going to label it y equals negative x plus 3. The other equation, I need to divide by negative 4 to get y by itself. So y equals 2x plus 3. Crosses at positive 3 up 2 over 1. I graph that one. I label it y equals 2x plus 3. I see where it intersects. and it's at 0, 3. One solution. Solve the system of equations algebraically. I'm going to use substitution because it's already solved for one of the variables. So I'm going to take out y and I'm going to plug in 2x. So 2x plus 2x equals 8. I add those together, I get 4x equals 8. Divide by 4, x is 2. I plug 2 into one of the equations. I'm going to use the first one because it's a little easier. So y equals 2 times 2. So I get x equals 2 and y equals 4. 13, solve the system equations algebraically. I'm going to use subtraction here because the coefficients are already the same right here. So I'm just going to subtract this whole equation. So 7 minus 9 is negative 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. 1 minus negative 3 really is 1 plus 3, which is 4. I go through and solve it now. X is negative 2. I choose one of the equations and plug it into it, so I'll just use the first one, only because the 1 is positive. 7 times negative 2 plus 3y equals 1. Negative 14 plus 3y is 1. Add 14. 3y equals 15. Divide both sides by 3, y is 5. So the solution is negative 2, 5. On the next page, question 14, solve these algebraically. So I need to change one of these so they have opposite coefficients. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 2. That'll give me the y's opposite. I'm going to rewrite it over here. 8x minus 4y equals 8. Add these together. 14x, those cancel, equals 28. So I get x equals 2 here. And I'm going to plug 2 into the first one to get y. So I have 12 plus 4y equals 20. Subtract 12. 4y equals 8. And when I divide by 4, I get y equals 2. So 2, x is 2, y is 2. 15. Sam can pick from 2 different phone companies, write a system equation. So the first one, I'm going to let y equal the cost and x equals the hours. So the first company has a flat rate of 4 per hour, so that's y equals 4x. That's phones unlimited. And the second one charges $3 per hour plus a $2 fee, so that would be y equals 3x plus 2. Initial fee is 2, so that's talk phones. You're trying to solve it to see the number of hours and how much it would cost to be the same. I'm going to use substitution. I'm not even going to bother. I could graph this in the calculator. I could use the grid below. I already have one of them being the same. So I'm going to plug in 4x into y and solve it. So I subtract 3x on both sides. And this happens to be very nice, where I get x equals 2 right away. And then I plug it in to the equation up here and I get y equals 8. So what that tells me is the cost is $8 and the number of hours where they'd be the same is $2. So at 2 hours, cost is $8 each. If Sam talks for 10 hours, which company will be less expensive? So that's telling me that x is 10. The first company would be 4 times 10, which is $40. And the other one would be 3 times 10, that's 30, plus 2 is 32. So talk phones would be cheaper by $8. I'm going to run out of time in this video. It's only up to 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop here. Question 16, unfortunately, will have to be on the next video.